Hi, in this video we are going to talk about stuff, and by that we mean matter. What is matter? Well, it is stuff. What is stuff? That is particles. Let's take a look at the metal stuff on the tip of a pen. So when we got really zoomed in, almost to the end of the video, it looked like the metal stuff was made of many rows of something. I used the arrows there to show you where the rows can be seen. It turns out that those are many rows of small particles called atoms. The atom is the most basic unit we'll study in chemistry. When studying chemistry, we'll often have to draw particles on our own. Perhaps we'll have to draw a particle of gold, or oxygen, or water. But if we have to draw our own particles, what will they look like? We are going to use shapes and colors. The symbol we use is up to us, but if there is more than one type of stuff, we should make sure to use different symbols to tell them apart. For the smallest particles, the single atoms, we can use a single symbol, like these. Above are 4 different kinds of atoms. The blank circle is 1, the blank square is 1, the orange circle is 1, the blue square is 1. For particles with more than one atom stuck together, called molecules, we can use multiple symbols stuck together, like these. Above are 2 different kinds of molecules. One of them is 2 squares stuck together. One of them is 2 squares stuck to a green circle. So remember that metal stuff that was made up of rows upon rows of atoms. We saw that a couple slides back. Let's draw that arrangement using symbols. For this symbol, and usually our go-to symbol is a blank circle. So I'll draw what this looks like inside of this box. So I'm drawing 3 rows, right? I'm not drawing the whole thing, but 3 of the rows, I'm drawing them as stacks of atoms. The organized arrangement of the rows, that's what you see with substances that are solid. All of the stuff you see every day comes either as a solid, a liquid, or a gas. These are called states of matter. It turns out that each state of matter has a distinct arrangement of particles when drawn out. The ice in this dish is solid water. So if you were to zoom in to this ice, you would see that its particles are arranged in rows. You'll notice the particles are touching and there is a repeating pattern. So just like before with the metal stuff, if I was asked to draw out solid water, I'm going to use blank circles as my symbol because they're my go-to, and I'm going to draw neat rows of atoms stacked on top of each other. Liquids. The particles are touching, but there is no pattern. So in the picture there, we see that these atoms are touching, but there's no pattern necessarily, and they are moving around, sliding around each other. This is characteristic of a liquid. And if I was to draw out a liquid on my own, I would draw something like this. And when you draw this out, it's okay if some of the particles aren't touching. We will know what you mean. When it comes to gases, in gases the particles are not touching, and they are also not close together. There is no pattern arrangement either. So in this image to the right, we are seeing gases rise into that upper area of the picture. That is evaporated water. And if we were to draw those gases, we would draw particles spread apart, not close to each other, and in no particular pattern. So far, we have referred to matter as molecules, solids, liquid, and gases. But we can also refer to matter as pure substances, mixtures, elements, and compounds. I have 4 substances here that I'm going to use as examples. Pure substances only have one type of particle present. In each of the boxes, I have boxed the particle type in each substance below. In substance 1, all of the particles are a blank circle. In substance 2, all of the particles are 2 squares stuck together. In substance 4, all of the particles are 3 circles stuck to a square. Mixtures have 2 or more different types of particles present. I have boxed the different particle types in the substance below. Substance 3 has triangle particles, circle particles, and particles that are circles stuck to a square. Elements have only one type of atom present. So in substance 1, only blank circles are present, and the blank circle is being used to represent one type of atom. In substance 2, only blank squares are present. And again, the square is being used to represent one type of atom. Now, each particle in this substance is 2 squares stuck together, but still, we only have blank squares in this diagram. And lastly, we'll talk about compounds. Remember that molecules are 2 or more atoms stuck together? If the atoms in a molecule are different types, then that substance is called a compound. I have boxed the compounds below. In substance 3, you can see that there is a square bonded to a circle. 2 different types of atoms. In substance 4, you can see that 3 circles are bonded to a square. So in this particle, there are 2 different types of atoms. If the atoms in a molecule are the same type, then that substance is called an element because only one type of atom is present. So substance 2 is an element and not a compound. That's all I have for this video. I hope it is helpful.